And we are live, almost right on time. I was fighting with OBS and with a few other things here to try to integrate more things into streaming, but it failed catastrophically. I'll have to keep working on it, trying to figure out how it works. OBS integration doesn't seem that bad. I should probably be able to figure it out. The problem is it only ever connects to one stream and it's the wrong one. So a few odd things here. And I've integrated a bot in my. It should actually do something, but it didn't seem to actually do what it was meant to do. Um, just gonna mess with something here because with what I've done. OBS should be automatically posting that I've not OBS Restream should be automatically posting when I'm going live, but that seems to also be broken. It is very odd. Branding, social alerts. It's supposed to be. I'll figure it out. That's the wonderful world of trying to figure out how some streaming ends up working. Not sure if anybody's going to be watching tonight, but hey, we've got a game of Grim Dawn afoot. Technically, it should automatically send it to my Discord saying that I'm live, but it doesn't seem to work. I have to figure out how that whole thing works. There's other integrations that you can put on there as well. I mean, I like the concept of integration, but it often enough ends up breaking. With OBS, I don't think the anything would be choppy because my OBS actually works fairly well. And it's only really in Grim Dawn that things are choppy. The other games, things seem to be going fairly well. So I'm not sure if it's just how the whole thing's integrated or anything. I am not terribly worried here. I need to do the Rowari Legacy quest. I need to find the Spirit of Modrogan and the Rune Stone of Modrogan. A piece is lost to the void in the Blood Grove and in the Plane of Strife. So I need to find the two bits of demon, of a god's soul, basically. Hi, David. How are you doing? I am trying to get things integrated and working, which might not always work, but hey, it's IT. You know, I learn how things work by messing with them. I think the way I'm doing the streams might be a problem because I've got a whole lot of things saved on my Restream account rather than having to recreate each stream each time. I just create them once, and that might not interact properly with how the game works or how the OBS works, because OBS likes a single stream and not multiple streams. Okay, now I'm trying to find a gate into a demon world, which is quite not very demony, I'll be honest, actually. When you get to those demon world, they just seem like very destroyed houses and stuff. But when you get into them, there's always items to find and always monsters to kill. So that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I was messing with Restream and OBS together. I might try another streaming option than OBS for linking things together. It works really well for some things, but not very well for others. I mean, I use it mostly for recording my videos, OBS, rather than for streaming. So, there's just so many weird things going on at the same time. So let's try to find our gate into the demon world. I mean, it shouldn't be hard to find a gate into a demon world, but, it could be anywhere in the blood grow. Well, not anywhere. I think there's 3 or 4 locations it can be in. But I have never memorized what those 3 or 4 locations are. Oh, there it is. That wasn't too hard. So you go into the Chthonic Rift. Here you're going to be fighting the actual demons and not the corrupt humans. And I think, well, it's a dangerous domain, but I think there's also more average monsters to fight. What is the penalty? Burn damage. Ugh. Shouldn't be that bad, but I took quite a bit of damage there. So I'm looking for a stone ear, if I remember right, or the spirit or the stone. I'm not sure which one of the two. So let's try to find it. There's going to be a whole lot of demons, but that's okay. We're competent at fighting them. All right. Like skeletons popping out of the ground. Well, not skeletons. That's like a spinal column popping out of the ground. Looks very comfy. There's the exit when I'll need the exit. Unfortunately, I can't mark it on the map, but there's the bigger guys. Shaleborns. All right. I wanted Maven's sphere of protection. That's going to be like more damage reduction on top of my tons of elt. So that's going to be, I'm going to be very, very, very tanky. I might not deal the most damage, but dying will be difficult. That's now what? 12%? 9%? 9% damage reduction on everything that comes in. So that's a lot of damage reduction. Oh, there's the stone I'm looking for. Didn't even have to look for it very long. Wasn't even hard. Gonna put it in one of my other bags. I'm gonna explore the whole thing. Who knows? Could find something funny here. Anyways, the monsters give experience, and experience is good. Argyle shared his build for suicide pets on the Discord. It might be fun. It might be a fun, weird build with almost no survivability. That's the problem we have with it right now. We have to kind of figure out how to make it not instant death. That's a problem with a lot of builds in general. They might sound really good on paper, but then you just die way too quickly with them. It's worse in Path of Exile, to be honest. You might have a build that works just fine for the main game, and once you get to end game, things just fall apart. And that's what I don't like about Path of Exile, especially since you have to always make sure you max out all your resists, because if you don't, you're gonna die all the time, and then max out your mana, your regeneration, or you're gonna die all the time. There's like not that many really functional build if you want to really go end game at things, I guess. And the game is, of course, more geared towards the end game stuff because, well, that's what a lot of people, not even going to say a lot of people, it's just how the designers do it, because there's a bunch of no lives like Elon Musk that are going to play like, well, or pay people to play in the case of Musk, to be honest, uh, 60 hours a week of the game. So everything's boring to them. Like the, it's really the journey that's fun and not the destination. Honestly, more games should be built towards like the quest of getting your character to max level, or getting your equipment, getting your gear, getting your stuff upgraded. That's a lot more interesting and offers a lot more diversity than just, yeah, you get to the end game and then you grind the same things over and over in hope of getting something. There's like nothing that's really worth getting in the end. I mean, you're not making real money in a video game. Well, some people are, but normal people are not making money off of a video game. There. Empower turns grips. That'd be good if I was a. I'm finding a lot of good soldier gear, but I'm not a soldier. That's the annoying bit. These zones are almost always at your level, so it's a good place to grind if you want to grind this type of monster. The outwards gate was around here somewhere. There it is. And it teleported me somewhere else. Okay. Kaimon's chosen. I need 2,500 to get to honored. The Catonians despise me. The undead, I'm almost aided by them. Good. I'm almost aided. That would mean that I'd get some extra hero spawns from the undead if I ever get aided by them. Okay, well, I can just teleport. Don't need to worry about much. I have to go. The other location I'm trying to get to is in Plains of Strife, so I'm right there, anyways. I have to kill Banagoroth as well, or Bane Gargot, or whatever his damn name is. All I know is that he's gonna die. I'd like a better version of the helmet I currently have, which do drop from the corrupted trolls. So maybe I'll find one someday. The other Chaos Gate is in this general area. Once again, it's randomly set up somewhere, so you have to kill things and hope for the best. That's a rifle. I don't need a rifle. Mm. Tsunami reached level 14. I'll take it. Those guys have like 3 or 4 different items that they can drop that are unique. Well, not unique, but monster drops. So it's a bit. If you're trying to grind for one in particular, it might take you a while to find it. Black Legion battle mages. There's mines on the ground here, and I just stepped on one because I am brilliant. I just warped into one. That's even better. I dodged right into a mine. That's a great move to do. All right, where are you, Gate of Evil Chaos thing? All right. The answer seems to be not here. That's a proper answer. Oh, we're gonna hear the doodle doop 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 sound of a print being over. Found a decent imp, which is a very odd mech. And I do not think our friends at CGL will make an imp miniature anytime soon. All right. There we are in another gate of L. Imp is one of those Wolf's Dragoon, Wolf Clan mech that's really weird. It is not bad. It's actually pretty darn good in my opinion, but it's not common and people haven't really jumped on it to make it famous or make it cool, even though it does share a lot of aesthetics with the good old urban mech. One of the reason I was looking for one is because my daughter asked me. I bought some orange paint to do some Balius for Clan Hellshorse, but she was like, "Are you gonna make a pumpkin with that paint?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to." And I decided to make an event out of it. Try to get some people to paint a mech as a pumpkin. If anybody wants to get in, it'll be on my Discord as the main for it. And it should be fun. I mean, the imp is faster than the urban mech. I mean, an annihilator is for urban mech in a trench coat, while a imp is an urban mech body with marauder weapons or something like that. It is a bit of a big boy. And one of those odd mechs that was in that Wolf's Dragoon supplement that they came out with early in the history of Battletech, which is one of the first big supplement with some odd rules and odd equipment as well in it. But I mean, if people have urban mechs and they want to paint them as pumpkins, that's perfectly fine because the urban mech is rotund enough for that. I mean, it's a trash can, so. But I mean, the CGL urban mech is quite nice, even though they've abused it and made too many. You know, you've got 4 variants of it, while good mechs with multiple variants don't have any additional versions. But you know, there's also the fact that they released a company box for urban mechs, while we don't have a company box for, you know, bug mechs. I'd take 4 locusts of 4 different configuration, 4 stingers of different configuration, and 4 wasp in different configuration, and that would be a good mix. And probably more interesting than an urban mech box, but since all they do is try to cash in on memes, well, that's what we end up with. There's the exit. That's not what I wanted to find. But I mean, I need to find the exit if I want to get out of here, because you can't even warp out with your portals while you're in this L zone. Eh. I'll see a star at some point on the mini map, and that's where I need to go. just beat up some medium range monsters while we're at it. I mean, they do decent amount of damage. I had to use some stamina in all the alt regen that I have. I had to use some stamina. Ah, I saw a star somewhere. Or am I blind? Thought I saw a star on the mini map. Might be the Nort that I confused with a star, which is always a possibility. I mean, there's people are always going to say that the urban mech is not as bad as people think it is, but no, it is an entirely terrible mech, and it was built as a terrible thing. I mean, it was built that way just to show like you can do whatever with the game rules, even a slow 30-ton mech with bad weapons. But the problem is more that it did get some people really happy because they always try to play the shittiest thing possible and pretend that they're cool or awesome because of it. So you end up with that, and then you have techs basically trying to say that the urban mech is awesome in its good environment. No, it's still bad. Even in urban environment, the urban mech is bad. Yes, it can be used as an ambush predator or an ambusher, but it's still bad. It's not going to work how you want it to work. Never mind. All right. Well, we can go deeper. There's going to be even more monsters down there. Because there's things that are even worse than the urban mech, but not that many. It's slow, it's ammo dependent, it doesn't have arms, so it suffers from the if you fall down, you're not getting back up, and you're too slow to actually tank anything. So, it's many, many, many reasons why it's not a very good little thing. And no, memes are not a currency. You can't buy or sell things using memes, unfortunately. Or some of us would be really, really rich. It's like rare flags back in the days on 4chan. I mean, you can't trade rare flags. You can. I do wish not Twitch, X would implement flags to know where people are posting from. Sometimes it would be interesting, but some people would say it would breach your privacy, blah, 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 all that stuff. So I understand that argument as well. There should be at least one big boss here, I think. There's a star over there, so there's something I need to kill here. Oh yeah, it's for the Kaiman's quest. It's a quest for the paladin guys, the evil cultists that are the cultists themselves are not evil. It's just that a lot of them are falling for the wrong thing. Then again, I can't say the eldritch demon or eldritch god that you have to fight. I'm not sure if he's really that evil or he was just betrayed by people that are even worse than him. There's a few bits of lore in this game that are a bit confusing, especially with the gods that I'm not always sure are gods, but just really powerful humans or powerful beings. So, eh, there's expansions to the lore that we're not quite sure about, let's say. Yeah, there's Banigoroth. Banigargrot. Im. He was not terribly difficult. We have to return to Fodder Kaiman. Okay, and I've got all the fancy things to restore the Shrine of Modragan. Mogdragan. Modrog. I always go with I always mix up the letters there. I always say Modragan rather than Mogdragan. It's probably my fault. Is the belt any good? Not really. It's a fancy hat. I did find a cool belt, so at least there's that. I have to get to that level 50 so I can start putting some of the empowered gear on, maybe. I'm not sure I want to change my relic because my relic gives me that area of effect attack that's really good. So sometimes you have to think of what you're wanting to equip. Let's try to be. We're on YouTube. Let's try to be nice, but yeah, it'd be nice to know if some of the super influencers that we keep seeing online are really from America, Canada, Australia, and not just very special individual from very special locations. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get to the necropolis, which is the next waypoint, and then warp around to where I need to go, just so I don't have to backtrack too much. Alrighty. We're getting pretty good experience out of all of this, though, which is kind of what I wanted. Oh, there's a big obelisk thingy. Wasn't too hard to kill, but those things are bigger. All right. Anything this way? Nothing particular. That's the entrance to the necropolis. We're getting there. We're getting there. There's another one of those obelisks. We're gonna break it because it's there. Okay, we're pretty much where we need to be, I guess. Take out some of these. Yeah, it could be worse. Could it be easier? Okay, I'm just gonna go to the necropolis now. The XP's been pretty good apparently for now. Then again, we did 2 dangerous domains, including one with 2 levels, so the experience being good is not super weird. Okay, secure the rift gate. That's my goal here. Okay, we're good here. We've got this one done. So we have to go and get this shrine here, this desecrated shrine, which is the shrine of Mogdragan. I mean, we're going to call him Mike at this point. It's going to be easier. It is the greater shrine of Mike. Mike, the god of cheap beer and bad decisions. His symbol of power is a trucker hat. And his chosen weapon is a potato gun. Let's create a mythology here. Mm. Yeah, we're getting some empowered gear, which is level 50 versions of earlier equipment. None of which I really need, but it's money. We're going to be able to use that money at some point or buy iron ingots to trade to other players or myself if need be. All right. So you offer the things, it restores the shrine, and then there's a bunch of monsters that show up. So you kind of have to take care of that for a second. And there's the avatar of Monk Drugan. Hey, bro, how you doing? One devotion point, a lot of reputation. May I ask a question? Who are you? I'm the Lord of the Beasts. Okay. Are you a god? Yes. Blah blah blah. Misguidedly attack. Okay, no, I am not fighting a god. That would probably be a bad idea. Okay, I said I wanted the candle, even though it's not fantastic. It's gonna give me the greens that I need to be able to get the Kraken, which is a huge increase in damage. And I mean, it's elemental damage, which is I kind of use physique defensive, elemental resistance, which is always good, and ether resistance, which is always good, and energy regenerated, which is always good as well. So we've got that taken care of. We got to go see our buddy Kaiman now as well. Back at Sorrow's Bastion. Is this where he disappears and you're like, you meet the evil demon that pretends he's the god? That's when things get really weird. At least I can sell all my stuff here. All those shoulders use good enough. Those shoulders might actually be better than what I have. The elemental resistance, I'm over 16, over 16. I might not actually need the shoulder pads for the resistance. My damage goes up a little bit. I lose a little bit of ether resistance. It's not awful. Increases my damage by a measly amount, but good enough. Those pants are okay. This I'll disassemble. I mean, it'd be better if I was a soldier. Once again, those are warrior shoulders, but no, that's a helmet. Sorry. That's regular equipment. A sword, okay. Okay, I need to get to honored with them if I want to be able to get the next quest. Easiest way to do that would be to go through the bounties here. The Dreadlords are to be singled out and made an example of. Anyone willing to take those fearsome foes will be justly rewarded with iron bits. So, Dreadlords, I need to kill 3 of them. Okay. Yeah, there's another quest if when you get to there's always okay, I think there's always a quest for each of the factions when you get to Honored. So now I need to find the biggest problem will be finding those Dreadlords because they're a generic enemy. So unless they spawn in good spots, it's not gonna be easy to do. I think if I do There's just a bunch of neophytes. I can't raid. I can't raid their headquarters. That would make it too easy. But where would there be decent number of a decent number of necromancers? Where's it's there? It's in the next. It's at the next spot. I think it'd be easier. There's a few dungeons with a lot of necromancers in, so that's where I'm going to head. Here at the Tomb of Korvac, there should be a few of them. There'll be undead too, so that'll give me some experience for that. My maxed out, yeah, I'm maxed out with Olmsted, so killing beasts just doesn't matter anymore. At least not for the experience they give or the reputation they give. I can get the beasts can aid me more, which means more enemies and more spawns. Is it Bloodsworns in there, or is it? I thought it was Necromancers in there. No, it's Bloodsworns. Damn it, wrong enemy. Well, then again, those guys do give reputation with the people I'm wanting to improve with, but I'd rather get the quest. I'll go to Tomb of the Archon. I know there'll be necromancers in. And it's 3 of the mid-range monsters. Well, not monsters, mid-range enemies. I mean, they're still monsters. I mean, it's what it is. Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I've got points available. So I can go and level up my Maven Sphere of Protection by 14% damage reduction. What I find weird about that particular sphere of protection, I mean, I would expect it to be like an aura, so requiring some investment of resources, but it doesn't. There's a whole bunch of necromancers around here. So we might find some of the guys we need to fight. Dreadlords, Dreadlords. So that counted as a Dreadlord. So it's not the super rare enemy. It's a rare enemy, but not super rare. It's just a bunch of regular skeletonies. The god of beer and bad decisions, you want to become an acolyte. I would understand. It's like the beer party. It's another thing that you'd want to be a part of. I mean, a god of beer and bad decisions sounds like an awful idea, but a thing everybody can rally behind. We've got 2 Dreadlord killed. Might be able to clear it without going into the dungeon. There we go. Got all our Dreadlords. So you go back to Sorrow's Bastion and you report the bounty. It's going to give me like a pittance of resources. That's what I don't like. I mean, the bounties do give an okay amount of reputation per bounty you cash in, but it doesn't give, good results overall. Oh, it used to be X energy per second, which would be reasonable for me. Report in. I mean, that's 125 reputation there. It's not huge, but it's better than most other things. If I look here now, I need 450. So if I take up another quest, the of Catan, we devour known as Ragnadar, the Great Maw. Enter the ashen waste through a gift in the blood grove. Okay, it's one of the things I've already done, so not very useful. Okay, that's kill a boss in the blood grove. Not as bad. Well, Dionysus was a god, but yes, technically is the god of revelry and wine and stuff like that. And he did make quite a few bad decisions, but he was also you have to dig into mythology to figure out what he really was. It's a god from another pantheon that they adopted, and it gets a lot weirder. And they and he was not supposed to be a very nice god as well. That's part of the problem with Dionysus. He was not supposed to be okay. He was supposed to be a bad guy in a way, which is weird in the Greek pantheon, but the Greek pantheon has some odd idiosyncrasies to it. Okay, I think the boss itself is in one of the camps. There's a shrine there, Forsaken Void Touched. I think that's a bunch of demons, so kind of worth going for. Is I'm just grinding reputation real quick. For 450, it's not super long. I should be able to get it fairly quick, especially if there's a couple bosses around. How good's that helmet that I found? Boosts physical damage more than what I have. It's like a better version of the helmet I currently have for... Okay, it doesn't give as much cunning, but it gives a lot more health. So this is a thing I'm probably going to equip. The left hand of Carnage, not the right one. It does give me reputation with the other party as well, with the Fallen or the Renegades or something like that. Can't remember their name. It's experience, it's reputation. That's all that really matters to me at this point. Where are you, Toulon? The evil blood cultist. Hey, that guy was running away. He's not allowed to do that. That's Bolvar. Whoa. That was huge spikes of damage. The Outcast. Okay, that's the name of the other party. Where are you, Toulon? Toulon didn't read. We'll end up finding him, but might take a bit longer. But every one of these monsters we kill, we get some reputation out of. So, well, not the manticores though. The manticores don't give me anything, but they can drop manticore's eye and a few odd items. So, all right, desecrate that shrine because that's what we do as a hero. How do I get to that totem? It is on the other side there. There must be a secret passage somewhere that I'm missing. There's stuff down there. How do you get down there? Oh, I think that's that's for another quest. It gets you down there. I think that's it. More little demon thingies. Necromancers. Where is that Toulon guy? Oh, there he is. He wasn't much of a threat after all. But he gave me 35 reputations on itself and plus what he gave me. So that's an okay amount right there. And if I look here, I'm at 69. 69 reputation missing. Should be more than enough. The quest, the bounty should give me enough. Sorry, I needed to ban a bot. Yay! I am now honored. So I have access to the... This I will not use. This I will not use. This I will not use. This is pretty good if you had a dual wielder. I might keep it actually and put it in the stash. Buy Darith. Boosts, amulets, and rings. There was one that gave chaos resistance. Yeah, that's the one I want. Hey, my chaos resistance is now 50%. Hey, it's now 62%. Hey, it's now 74%. And my damage went up. You know, only advantages. Bonus damage to Chthonic as well. So that's gonna be nasty. And now he's gonna send me on a final quest. Esther Common will be on Dark Vale. There's a ton the Eye of Korvac. Oh, that's the tomb I went to earlier thinking there was something else in it. Well, let's go back to that cave. Like I said, the problem with bounties is the reputation gains are okay, especially since most of the time you have to kill a boss, so it like doubles down on it. But the actual quest rewards, like you're going to be given 4 scraps, a few different craft items, and nothing like fantastic. They should be giving a little bit more, like a couple thousand iron. Like you need 100,000 to make anything useful at some point. But they can't really give too much because there isn't much that they can give that would really be fantastically useful either. It's always a problem in these kinds of games when you start doing that, because you have to evaluate, like, what can we give the player that's not gonna break the system. A double rare book. Well, it should probably sell for a couple dollars. We'll grab it. What is it? Monsters are that's the monsters are regenerating. Okay, well, they die quickly enough that I don't have to worry about that too much. Yeah, I'm just gonna clear this as quickly as I can. I mean, we already explored this location, so well, that I can sell as well. Getting a decent amount of scatonic seals, which is good because you need them to craft some decent stuff later on. It's not as useful as the ether crystals, the full ones that you can use to craft dynamite, which is the most important item to craft in the end. I think I took a wrong turn. By jacking up my chaos resistance, those enemies are now not dealing as much damage as they used to, but they also deal a decent amount of bleeding damage. And I don't think I'm that good on bleeding. 56%, which is reasonable, I would say. And then you add the Maven Sphere that gives me like damage resistance on top of damage resistance, so not bad. The undead probably help 8 me now? Not quite yet. I need 16 more undead points to be aided by the undead. But there's undeads now spawning, so I should get there. The undead should start aiding me more. Yay, the undeads ate me more than they did before. That sounds weird to say, but it increases the number of boss and mid-boss spawns from that type of enemy. So it's good to both grind them, but also get their rarer items, their rarer uniques. So there's all sorts of good reasons to like get the enemies to eat you more and more. Like the nemesis enemies are really, really hard to kill, but they do give very nice rewards. But you need to be max level 8 with someone to be able to get it. Harvul, the Earth Shaker. He's got a unique medal, so I'll check it out. No reason not to. What's his unique medal? Mark of Art. Oh, is it a medal or an amulet? It's a medal. Physical, bleeding, cunning, outregen, chaos resistance. It's not bad. And once again, it's a thing for. Oh, the gate's already open, I guess. Yeah, I've already opened it. So, no, that's the exit. I missed something up here. I am in the Tomb of Korvac, so I should find. There we go. I knew I messed up somewhere. There are more undead to kill. Oof, the bleeding. You kill them and they drop a bleeding aura on the ground. That it was like there was 20 of them stacked on top of me, so that started dealing a lot of damage. Anything useful here? Not quite. Experience is going good still, but next level I only get 2 points per level rather than 3. So that slows down your progression, well, quite a bit actually, fairly quickly. Watcher of the North, that's a shield. Okay, I don't need a shield. We found what we needed. I need level 52 for the enhanced hammer that I got there. This is level 50. I'm not sure I'm going to switch because the shoulders I have now are pretty good. Turin's steps are pretty good, but I would need to invest in physique to equip them. But I think that would be a good investment. There's a few things here going on. This helmet's better than the one I have. There's a few things going on here for the equipment once I reach level 50. That's going to be significant. It's hard to remember all the unique drops from all the monsters. There's just so many of them. Some are good, some are bad, and some are you're not quite sure why you have them. No, not worth it. Not worth keeping. Do. Then he tells you to go check out his study. That's sanctified bone. It's not a dread skull. Dread skull is amulets and metals. Nah. Then you go to his study and you figure out that that the god he's talking about is actually an evil spirit. He is a dead god. He is also a special. He's basically the boss of one of the expansions, which is fine. I feel bad for having helped them now, but not that bad. Because some of them are still going to be okay after most of them turn into the demon worshippers. Well, dead god worshipper. Is a dead god a demon? Not really. They're their own thing. Yeah, but that's not quite what I wanted to do now. I can't put that in the stash. I can put this in this stash, though. I need to go to the inventor and split up some equipment. The only inventor through most of the game is at Devil's Crossing. Might actually have another quest for me at this point, or is it later? Okay, I want to keep the add-on. I put it on the new helmet. Keep add-on and put it on the new shoulders. And we're good. This is in 3 levels. I'll go get myself a Mark of the Traveler and I'll just stick it on the Turin's steps so they're ready to go. Marcus Soleil, Mark Drieg, Mark of the Traveler. Right there. They'll be ready to go once I hit 50. And those, if I get the other Praetorians equipment, maybe. I need 429 physique though, so I do need to pump that up. Hey, I'm using some of my points. Incredible. I haven't used those in quite some time. All right. Back to the grind. Well, back to the final bit of the game, basically, of the main game. With the 2 expansion packs, we've got quite a few more things to do, but the base game is pretty much that. I got to get to the inner gate. There's going to be a whole lot of enemies on the way, but that's fine because I need the experience. I need the money. It's like when we were playing Final Fantasy yesterday. We need the experience. We need the money. Well, to be honest, yesterday, at some point, we didn't need the experience or the money. We were way too strong, which I'm trying to find the proper balance for a good rando seed. And the guy that I normally watch that does Final Fantasy 1 randomizer seeds, he has his own custom flag sets and stuff. It's not stuff that he shares around. So I can't just, grab his seeds. There should be at least one more or 2 more devotion shrines, so I should be able to at least get the candle done before we go to any of the expansion stuff. Oh no, I still have 3 points for level 50. It's at 51, you get less. But I mean, 17% damage reduction on everything is rather fantastic. This one here, what is it? It's when health drops below 75, boosts your damage, your defensive ability, and energy regenerated. Don't think I need that. My health doesn't drop because I've got too much health, so I might go and get more of the skills that increase your health actually from the shaman at this point. I mean, if we start doing races or stuff for Final Fantasy randomizers, people will be grabbing each other's seed because that's how how races work. Everybody does the same seed. But I mean, it could be a thing that I set up at some point if we get a few people interested. There should be a Final Fantasy randomizer community out there that I could get into. I'd have to check like on Discord, like where people go for what. And if the community is awful or not, that's another big problem sometimes. Yeah. That's what I currently have is the flesh warp pauldrons, so I'll pick those up when they drop so I can see if I get a better version of what I have. Oh, that's a whole lot of ether right there. Okay, wasn't too bad. So there should be one shrine in the chaos region around here. I'll need to craft myself a dungeon key, though, because you need a dungeon key to get to the boss I need to kill. So I'm starting to think of what I need to craft. Dungeon keys are not terribly hard to craft, but that's an awful lot of bad guys. Come on, guys. You're in the way. And now there's Catonics around here. Okay. Oh, yeah. One half of the map is Catan and the other half is ethereal, basically. But I don't want to miss anything, so that's why I'm trying to clear out. I'm, I can't remember where everything is. Okay, that's a boss slash fighting shrine and not a actual devotion shrine. Still something that I'd rather get. More ethereals. Just clear out the way. Oops. Turns into an abomination. I know there is an hidden dungeon, not a really hidden dungeon. There's a dungeon here somewhere with a bunch of undeads in it. But I can't remember where it is. This is a location I don't remember too much because, well, while you do it, there's the crypt of something of another. The Black Sepulchre. There is a shrine here, so I think, if I remember right, there is a shrine here. So it's not a bad thing to go do. Sure, it's always good for the experience anyways, but okay, more ghosts, more ghouls, whole lot more ghouls. Rather not stay in their aura of terrible awfulness, but was a boss. A pittance of whatever's. Yeah, the shrine. Yeah, we see it. It's down there. We have to get to it. I think it's guarded by a giant spider, if I remember right. They have to make this place a bit creepy with spiders, I guess. Oh, and there's a boss shrine almost at the same place. We'll take it. Boss shrines are still money, and you never know when something good's gonna drop. Oh, I've got my level 50. I could put those boots on. Guess they're a little bit better. Not a huge amount more, but they're going to increase my movement speed by 5%. So walk faster. Not a bad thing. Undead shrine, spiders. Nothing too threatening. Warpath girdle. It's another soldier gear. I keep getting soldier gear. Oh, yeah, that was. Oh, I can't equip my boots anymore if I remove that belt, though. So I have to raise my physique more. But that belt is a lot more damage. Yeah, all sorts of fun stuff. That's what that belt does. I lose a little bit of total speed, which is a bit annoying, but not awful. Just annoying. So maybe I got the boots that increase my speed, so the belt is balanced out by it. Are there any special components you can put only in a belt? Or in a belt that you can't put any like in normal other things? Or is like the best thing you can put a enhanced plating in a belt? I honestly haven't played enough with the crafting in this game. I kind of find a thing that I want and that's all I use it for. Spooky ghosts. Nothing too scary here yet. More ghouls. More ghosts. A named boss, but he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any named equipment that he dropped. That's boring. Oh, anti-venom salve. You are right. That does go in the belt. And it is pretty good. So I am probably going to use that. And now for the annoying bit, there is no shortcut out of this place. So you have to warp out. I'm going to see a blacksmith about the anti-venom salve then. There should be a blacksmith here. I don't need that. I don't need that. Are those better than the ones I have? No. Oh, those are 491 physique. I would need to put like all my points in physique. Not worth investing that much. Where's the smith? Oh, it's in the corner there. Anti-venom salve. Then you put it there. It's what? Eld regeneration, armor, poison, and acid resistance. Like everything that's good. So, I mean, that's perfectly fine. Puts my acid resistance to insane level, but, you know. I'm going to look at the relics. The transcendent relics are the level 35 ones, not mythical relics are the level 60 ones. So there's gonna be better stuff that I'll be able to get like level 60. Oh, I can get one of those though. That's like a movement skill, which is a thing you put on your medal for some reason, but it gives you a skill that you can use. Seismic Leap is a good old leap attack. Yeah, I mean, once you've got, if you're running skeletons, it's going to be a very boring game. I'm sorry to remind you of that. Are those pants better than the pants I have? Because the pants I have that's what gives me most of my acid resistance, alt regeneration. The pants I have are really good. Even though they have low defense, they're really good. I wanted to build myself a key. Skeleton key. I mean, you need the blood of Catan. That's the artist bit here to make those keys. I'll need 2 because I know I'll need another one later on. Shattered Wastestones I do not need. I can make myself a whole bunch of dynamites if I need to. I'll keep that in mind. Make myself a bunch of royal jelly stuff if I really needed to regenerate my health crazy amounts. All right. We're all geared up. Okay, well, it's backtracking now. Well, forward tracking, but there's no monsters in the way, so it's kind of the same as backtracking. But I got my jump slam, which is pretty good. It can enhance your movement, get you out of a sticky situation. If you're like surrounded by enemies, you just jump slam out of the way. It's very useful. Oh, that's the creepy skeleton blacksmith who's in this particular region. Jump slam also allows you to jump like right in the middle of the enemies when need be. Oh, a shrine. We'll oh, that's a really big one. Chains of Anguish. Oh, it's what I have, and the one I have is better than the one we just found. The Elian's Greaves, good for fire, but I'm not a fire build, so I don't really need it. La la la. I don't like that these monsters say kill the unbeliever. I perfectly believe in your God. I've been fighting all sorts of demons associated with it and stuff like that. It's not that I don't believe, it's just that I think your belief system is wrong. I'm not sure they'd be willing to go into a philosophical debate with me about that, though. But, there we go. I mean, we're moving forward at least. There we go. That cleared that out. But that's the crypt we just cleared out. Where's the gate again? Just gotta keep pushing, I guess. Oh, there's a shrine. Okay. Well, I'll take an easy to get shrine. Give me a free boss out of it. So that's not a very good sword. That is not a very good sword. Not for me, at least. Okay, devotion point I can go spend in the candle. I've got the candle maxed out. Good. I can go get the Kraken, which is bonus to two-handed weapon damage and fancy things. So perfectly fit for use for what I'm doing. Okay, I see the gate on the map. Just have monsters to kill in the way. That's good. Fiends, spill out of the warp gate. Sure, no problem. No problem killing them. And there we go. It summons a squad of our good buddies, the Black Legion. So we need to go destroy wagons full of blood, or that carries blood, and then we'll be able to go and attack the actual headquarters of the bad guys. Here we've got demons and ethereals fighting each other, which is always fun. Almost another level already. So that'll be probably something like 19 damage reduction on everything with Maven's Sphere. Maxed out, it'll probably be around 24, 22, 24, which is, quite reasonable. The Kings with Necromancer builds, like in all those games. I mean, Path of Exile has the same kind of problem. Is that as it becomes like a very passive kind of thing, you just lose interest in the game quicker then you should. I mean, in Path of Exile, when you got the two beasts, the 12 skeleton, the one specter, the one ghost. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can summon. It's really fun, but it just gets to be too much, and you always have to manage everything. It gets boring quickly, and at eye level, well, things die too quickly, and it just goes out the way. Flames Virtue, nothing ear. That's nothing ear. That's really fantastic. But at least at level 50, you get those empowered gear, so you can find cool things laying around. Do, 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 do. There's one of the wagon I needed to break. It's done. Got a note. That's a tiny bit of experience. Every bit counts. Um, oh, that's Kaiman's Chosen fighting them. Okay. I've got some of my friends here. I mean, if you can get to things like 46% damage reduction, I mean, you will need Elt and you will need things like that, but you don't need as much like resistance grinding and stuff like that, like in some other builds, which is probably a good thing because I honestly I like the idea of resists in these types of games, but what I don't like is that you always have to try to max them out. So it kind of limits what kind of equipment you can or can't get as a character. It's worse in Path of Exile than in Grim Dawn, because Grim Dawn, there's all sorts of other ways of getting your resistances up rather than just gear or just like level up nodes. But that's the way to the final dungeon. Right now it's closed because it's sealed by the cult. We need to get those blood wagons taken out. I don't think I've ever done that particular build you're talking about for the Warlock. My thing when I was doing like anything with an Arcanist most of the time is just I level up Magic Missile as much as I can, and I just cast Magic Missile into darkness all the time, repeatedly. That is not one of the things I need to break. You wouldn't know because it's the exact same object, but I mean, my reputation must be getting pretty good too. Yeah, I mean, the Kaiman's Chosen reputation we had just gotten to honored, it's already right there. That's pretty good. With the Outcast, yeah, the Outcast, I'm gonna have that maxed out like real quick because the quests also give a lot. The every single quest from that particular faction give a lot of reputation. But their stuff is really eye level compared to everything else because they're like end game faction. It's guess that's the best way to say it. And oh, that was the last wagon. Okay, I thought I only broke two, but I got it. I guess I got all three. What time is it? Okay, 8:31. We've got a bit of time. I can probably go do the pulsating obsidian quest. This one's pretty, well, not weird. It's a chaos zone like we've been going to a couple times. But I mean, Warlord is just such a basic thing. But I mean, in my case, almost all my builds end up being something plus the Demolitionist, because the Demolitionist is awesome. So that's my problem in this game. To get to this particular gate, though, you need to repair a bridge by using scrap and money. So there's an extra step to it. And in the location itself, we have to use a skeleton key to get where we need to go. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. So 20%, 19% damage reduction on everything. Pretty damn good. I think that's not a bad druid build that I've got here, even though I didn't theory craft and max it out here. I think I'm doing a pretty good build here in terms of raw survivability and raw damage. Maybe not the best, but it's working fine until now. I like that with the Oat, what is it, Oat Keeper, the Paladin class, you can basically start making poison and poison builds out of it. So you don't have to be a all honorable and awesome paladin. You can be the raw destroyer, and it's actually pretty darn good if you're doing the retaliation build with them to do that, because you put the perdition gear on, and that's when the poison and acid damage starts stacking for retaliation to heaven, basically. Wow, my cooldown on all my skills is reduced. That's going to be a huge improvement. I can use the Hammer of Justice thing more often. And the Jump Slam more often as well. There should be a shrine here, because in every single one of those secondary location, there is one, but I don't remember where that shrine is. So we are going to be exploring. Again, the experience there is not bad, so I'll take it. And I've got enough chaos resistance now that things die really quickly. And what, plus 15%? Yeah, plus 15% damage to catonic enemies. So I think we're good. Since everything here is catonic, that 15% damage bonus is going to make a difference. Oh, treasure troves. You need dynamite to blow up the treasure trove. Generally not worth it unless you're in like really eye-hand location. Like this ear probably wouldn't be too bad. There's a high chance I'd be getting pretty good equipment out of it. But since it's not guaranteed, is it really worth it? Empowered Band of Black Ice. The name is cool. Doesn't mean it is, but too many odd combos that you could do that might be fun. I need to try a couple at some point, but I mean, right now I'm focused on this character. Gonna clear the whole main quest at least once and go with that. That's an exit. That's not where I want to go. I'm going to try to at least finish a game once. Then see what I can do. I've never run the higher difficulties either, so I might try that at some point. But I mean, it's just the same game with the monsters being harder and better potential rewards. So it's not really all that much more fun. I'd rather start a new character. It'd probably be more interesting. So what are the tentacles doing? This one is Alt, attack speed, casting speed, Alt, attack speed, casting speed, damage, movement speed, retaliation, crit damage, physical resistance. This is an awesome node, but you do need to be two-handed. So it's a little bit more limited. I've got this guy unlocked too. I've got this thing unlocked. Okay, cold damage, cold armor, cold, frost burn, and a skill. Don't think that'll be worth it. The Spirit of Winter. I mean, the name is cool, but I don't think it'll be worth it. I don't deal enough cold damage. You could deal a decent amount of cold damage with a shaman if you wanted to. But I mean, right now, what's my cold damage like? 195 cold damage. Yeah, upgrading that wouldn't really make a big difference. Balokanatu. Bloody Bounty Hunter. Bloody Hunter. Bounty Hunter shoulder guards there. There's a gate that you need the key for. It's going to open. And beyond it is the boss with the pulsating obsidian. I don't think I'll have that much of an issue with it. Bonus physical damage, bonus eater damage, and life leech on all monsters. The modifiers are not super fun, but they're not awful either. They're just there. There's the gate to further down. Just going to clear out the zone so I can be sure of where I'm going. All right. Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, they all do that since Diablo, having reduced resist as you increase the difficulty, but it's just annoying. Like I said, all it does is really like force you to just grind gear that has more resists and more resists and more resists, and it limits what you can do as far as a build or as far as equipment goes, which is not quite what I'd want in a game like this if I was the designer. I mean, I'm not the designer of those things, but I mean, I could talk to Sandy Peterson. He's always on X talking about stuff. The guy who created Call of Cthulhu and a bunch of stuff in Doom and a bunch of stuff in all sorts of games, to be quite honest. Seems to be quite a well versed dude in all sorts of things. Don't stand into bad stuff. Well, I've kind of noticed, and here there's like weird blood flows and stuff. Like the first level is like Earth, but everything is falling apart. But the lower levels of those Chaos Gate things, they're getting a little bit more creepy and a little bit more demonic, which is pretty nice. Same reason, like what in Doom, things start like kind of normal. You're in a military base kind of place, and then as you progress, things get weirder and weirder. Doom is a great game. Such a great game. I'm terrible at it, but I beat Quake recently in Quake 2. That was fun. Beat it on PlayStation with the enhanced everythings. That was actually quite fun, and the enhancements are just good enough to be worth it. I mean, Quake 2 is still I would say, one of the greatest FPS of all time. Quake 1's not as fun. It doesn't have the same feeling. Quake 2 has a weird feeling to it that you are that one man army fighting the evil aliens. It is really fun and not something you kind of expect. Modern FPS 3/4 of the time are boring to me. Not just because Modern Warfare things gets boring, but they're just missing that special feeling you add in those old FPS where you found a new gun on the floor and you were like, this is going to be awesome. And you don't have to manage your gear and your equipment all the time or your health all the time because there's all sorts of regenerating. I mean, it's just not as fun. All right. I don't remember where the boss I need to fight is, so I'm just gonna go and keep fighting these bad guys. There's a whole lot of bad guys on that side, though, so I kind of want to go fight them for the experience and the reputation and the potential items. But they drop nothing useful. But, there was a chance that they'd drop something good. This way. Bam. Random firestorm falling from the sky. That makes me feel safe. Okay. More of these guys. Nothing super duper. Still haven't found the thing I'm looking for. I mean, it's going to be a named boss that's dropping it, so he's not gay. I mean, I'm not going to miss him, but it's not the final boss of the dungeon. Seriously, guys, you just spawn behind me like that? That's a whole lot of them. Jeez. Do they stop spawning at some point, or... Oh, well, there he is. I'm pretty sure it's that guy I need to beat. Nope. It wasn't this guy. Okay. That is a sad statement. I thought it was this guy, but it wasn't. Is it you? Are you the guy I need to beat up? I'm missing something. Because I think that's the boss of the dungeon. Yeah, that's the dungeon's boss. I'm missing that pulsating obsidian. Oops, wrong button. I don't think it's the first time I make that mistake either. Now that I think about it. The bad guy is somewhere, and you need to open a door, well, a gate made out of little spiky bits of red obsidian for you to get in and fight him. That's what I remember now. And I always miss it because I go too quickly. I think it's in this corner, actually. Is it? Is it here? No, it's not here. Okay. When you killed everything and you're like, well, I'm missing something that I didn't kill. That sounds like a terrible thing to do. Is it ear? It is not ear. Okay, I'm gonna go check pulsating obsidian because I am not looking for the entire evening. Pulsating obsidian shard, Grim Dawn. Where the heck is it? The Bastion of Chaos. Oh, it's in the previous zone? Did I miss it in the previous zone? Oh, there's more guys to kill here. They were in the way. I took care of it. It's one of those things. How could I missed it? I thought I cleared out this zone. Okay, I'm missing something. Oh no, level 2 to 4. So there's you can go deeper in it. Okay, I might be deeper in. I'm gonna be streaming overtime again. Like literally, like I'm into circles of hell, and I'm like, okay, I'm missing a piece of a piece of obsidian. There's obsidian everywhere, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm looking for a particular piece of obsidian. Can you demons be nice and be just like help me out as good bros? The problem really is that I mean, I don't want to have to use another key or make another key, so I don't want to waste the key I created already. And now I'm wasting stamina doing this. Okay, well, there's a boss, so that'll restore my stamina a bit once he's dead because they generally drop a vital essence. So at least there's that. I recovered some of the stuff I lost. Get my Kaiman's Chosen reputation up as well while I'm at it, I guess. Outcast I'll have maxed out like before too long. Yeah. Kaiman is like surprisingly I'm already halfway there, so it's not. Geez, you guys. I think it's the stone in the middle there that actually generates those monsters. But they do give experience, so no reason not to fight them. It's not like they're terribly hard. Yeah, it's probably on a lower level. They said that it was level 2 to 4. I thought this was the end of it, but I guess it isn't. Anarchy. Well, deeper in hell. The more creepy the more creepy demons here as well. The weird worm guys. I'll probably stream NES games tomorrow. Just try to beat Silius again and those basic things. Just gonna play regular NES games. Anything funny here? Well, another boss. 400,000 health. I mean, that's a lot. But it wasn't as much of a threat as I expected. Okay. That was a big boss as well. Still not the guy dropping the pulsating obsidian. We keep looking for the proper demon to kill. I think the raw bonus damage to Catonics is making a big difference here as well, because 15% bonus on everything is pretty decent. Come on. Where are you at, guy that I need to kill? All right. Regular boss. Nothing great from him, but yeah, I have a level. I better actually finish leveling up that skill because it does make a difference. A percent of resistance here, a percent of resistance there does add up. There's the demon merchant nearby. It'd be nice if those merchants in these particular dungeons add more relevance, like really unique skills or items or things, and not just like things that are relevant but not fantastic. I'd like it a little bit more. It'd be a little bit more relevant to dive these dungeons more often than once. So the merchant's down there next to a boss. So we'll go free him from that boss here. Like he sells special equipment, but nothing like critical. And once you've learned that blueprint, well, you've learned that blueprint, right? So come on. I didn't remember this dungeon being so long. Must just be my old man brain not doing what it should. Oh, I see a star, though. So I guess we're close to the guy we need to kill. Finally. You're the guy I need to kill? Mr. the Black Fiend? I don't want to sound racist or anything, but, the Black Fiend is not a great name. Those axes are not bad either. I'm eye level enough to equip the new hammer I've got, but I can't put a enchant in it that I want, so I'm going to wait until we're out of here to replace my hammer. And I might actually look at those war cleavers as well, because some of them might be better than we expect. But I don't think they give bonuses to my particular skills, so probably not as good as the troll's hammers. More of those guys. This leads me down another level of hell. Okay. So, those big axes are, pretty close to the damage that I've got here. But they don't give buffs to my particular build, while this hammer gives buffs to my particular build. I might even be able to equip it now. No? Why is it? Oh, I need more physique. Jeez. Okay, the one I currently have gives a lot more armor? What gives me armor off of this? Oh, the potent stone tusk. Oof. I'll need to go buy some of that too. So there's a lot of upgrades I need to put in that hammer before I can equip it. So no point in worrying about that just yet. 80 points of armor all over the body out of a powder you put in your hammer is pretty good. That's a Olmsted enchant, which is easy enough to get. As you get deeper, things are harder just because there's more of those crystals popping up all over the place, and those things keep doing damage to me or casting spells or all that stuff. So this does make this particular place harder and harder and harder. If I'm not able to clear it out, I've got the quest completed, so it doesn't really matter. There we are. There we are, he said. As you can see that there's a whole lot more stuff coming my way trying to kill me. Whoa, something dealt like tons of damage. I'm not even sure what I'm getting with my next level, but we're already halfway through a next level. Probably something that increases my health regen. Even though I have tons of it, just get more, which is probably not a bad idea. because I don't think there's much I can do to improve my damage at this point. There's probably things I could do to increase my like utility, but it's because that changed. I'm dumb. All right. The empowered molten walkers. That's a pair of boots I use very often, but because, well, I always end up making demolitionists. So the molten walkers are the kind of boots you use as a demolitionist. I mean, I'm almost there. Over there is where there's gonna be the boss. Oh, there's a secret here. It's a treasure chest. Not bad. I'll take it. Empowered treads. Hey. Are they better than what I have? Fire. Meh. I think the ones I have are better. I think the Thurin steps are better. I really like the devotion system in this game. It's honestly a great addition to the game, but also it's the kind of thing that it adds enough depth that it's fun. I don't think the game would be as fun without the devotion system, really. Because even like a similar build can be a little bit different just because of the what devotions you take, because there you might be doing something just different enough with your devotion that it's going to be well, not completely different, but different enough. It's kind of why I don't like ard grinding the not art grinding, but going on sites and doing my full builds or whatever in advance, because then you just optimize. It just feels like I'm going to optimize and I'm going to do like everything perfect rather than experimenting and trying things that are weird. Charzul, the Harbringer of Chaos. Look, Chaos, I beat him last night, okay? He was not very hard because I had a very high level black belt. But I mean, you can try to be cool and pretend you're the Harbinger of that guy. But I'm telling you right now, being the Harbinger of Chaos is not that great of a thing. Krieg's Cleaver, meh. Stormcaller's Effigy, Void Blade, Ruby Ring of Ether, meh. A lot of big chests after beating this guy, though. So that was kind of worth it. Then you go here, and it should take me to real world. There we go. We're back in the real world. And we're going to go talk to a lady in Fort Icon. And call it a night. We haven't gone over that much. And yeah, just with devotion, you can easily switch from damage to defense, or have weird utility that the other guy doesn't have. Valsbury, there we go. That's the last one for that. Maxed out Outcast, that is good. The problem is whenever you level up Outcast, you lose a little bit in Black Legion, but I've never managed to get really high in Black Legion. I've managed to get really high with most of them, but not Black Legion. Alien's Grieve, I will not need. I will not need. I will not need. That's worse than the ones I have. That's not something I need. That is not something I need. Those are higher levels than the ones that I have. So I already learned that one. Do we have anything here? Yeah, I've got more of those things. Okay. Okay. So what do I need in there? I need to switch over my. I mean, there's bound to be like because that increases my lightning damage, but I barely do any lightning damage. I should just max out physical. I'm thinking. Smith. I need physical. Laren's blood. I mean, well, that's a lot of convert one to the other. Amber is what I currently am using. Shield block chance, no. It's all the basic stuff. I'll load Fang, that's vitality. Radiant Gem, that's elemental damage. Oh, and shield and offhand. Okay, that's not very good. Chaos. Fire. Meh. I mean, that might be good. Increases my area of effect stuff. I'll do that rather than the amber. I'll do that. And I need the stone hoofs tusk thingy-mabob that the good people at Homestead sell. I'm just going to do that before I leave because I want to remember what I need to do. Yeah, Alderon's blood is what I've put on this. Plus 25% physical damage, physical trauma, total speeds, which is very good, and offensive ability. And in a thing that triggers 15% of the time, doing an area of effect attack. So, all pretty positive things, if you ask me. But I deal now very little lightning damage. Need the stone tusk, potent stone tusk, oof, whatevers. Put that on there. And damage goes to 30,000 from 26,000. So it was worth it. It was worth it by a fair margin. What is next for leveling up is the other question here. I mean, I could do that to boost physical to elemental damage conversion. Not sure it's great. This is not great. This is not great. This is okay. Just for the bonus in offensive ability would be not terrible. This would increase my alt regen significantly and slow resistance, which is good. This is straight up alt and regens, so that is also good. These two here are also pretty good, so probably going to invest a little bit more in my shaman part of things. Because I mean, I think this raises your physical to elemental conversion to manifestation. I think it raises it to like 15 or 20%, which could be fun. But just tanking like crazy would also be fun. Grasping vines is pretty useless because it's not really good in my build. Wind Devil is a weird summon that is not really good in my build either. Primal Strike is fun just for massive damage, but this could be used to regenerate more as well. The Wendigo Totem. I mean, I can put points in Summon Briar Torn. It'd be useless, but I could do that. I don't think it'd be worth it. I mean, then I could put 18 points in and buy one of the supers there, but not sure it's really worth it either. This would require 10 points, burn, frostburn, electrocute, crit damage. Wouldn't really be worth it. Too many things I can buy. So little time. I am going to quit the desktop and wish everybody a very nice evening. And we will see everybody later. Bye bye.